What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. Folks, it is the last day of 2025. For some of you guys, you're nearing the new year. So happy new year to those who are celebrating it already. To those who are waiting, happy 2026. Guys, welcome to the end of 2025. This has been a crazy year for Solo Leveling Arise and myself personally. So we're going to do a little bit of a breakdown of everything you need to know before the year ends. I kind of did a preparation video yesterday, but this is going to go over all the things you need to prepare for before the year is over. And some of the things that a lot of people have been actually commenting on my videos lately not knowing about. So first off, let's just make this one absolutely clear. This 10,000 Essence Stones that were provided right here, this event is only temporary, okay? And there's the reason why I say this is there's a little clock here. You can see 14 days and 7 hours to use all of this. So they want you to use it on read. Now here's a little bit of a hack I've been telling people to do. That is, go to the draw section and just use these to get tickets. They're permanent. Once you use them to get tickets, bam. They use the 500 limited ones first. So shout out to Netmarble for making that at least happen. You guys can get yourselves this out of the way. So that's the first thing I want to say. There's 10,000 free Essence Stones on the way, like throughout the entire month. So just get 500 a day, switch them over to the tickets. That way you can use them when Igris or whoever you want comes out, right? Including Liu if you want to say for him. Now, before I go any further with the game, I do want to say two different things. Number one, content creator program is going on, guys. The support rankings are available. You guys, season 14 is coming to an end in literally 10 days. So make sure you join. I currently have 2 active codes. The new one just got approved. We have the Mana Power Extract and Skill Scrolls to be given to everybody, and the Shadow Waves plus Advanced Mana Crystals. Anyone who is a supporter will be getting these codes. I'll be sending out these ones today and the rest of them for any new supporters. So click that support button, guys. It's super easy to join and it's simple. All right. So just got to click that support. Remember, it's linked in every single description and every single comment section. It is pinned for your ease. That way you guys can find it at any time. So that's a really big one. So also, goodbye 2025 by MC and Iron. There's another code right down here. We'll go through this one very shortly, but I want to give you guys the code here. Goodbye 2025 is the other code. This will give you guys code like core growth, selection chest, times 4 artifact enhancement reset tickets, artifact enhancement chips, and lower mana tiers of 2025. That's actually pretty creative on that number. So let's go ahead and redeem this ourselves, and that way you can show you guys what it's all about, right? Okay, so let's go ahead in here, click on this. Once you click that, you can see CM rewards will pop up. And this is how you redeem a code, okay? So this is it right here. You guys can see these are the things that are going to be provided to you guys for free, just for being part of the Solo Leveling Arise community and playing the game. So very simple things, guys. Make sure you jump in and get that going. Now let's go over CM Iron's actual full list of things that he's providing us here to say goodbye. On New Year's Day 2025, I can still feel the air of the season we shared together. After racing breathlessly through the year, I'm now writing this letter to the very last of 2025. How was your 2025 Solo Leveling Arise? And I do want to talk about that because there's a lot of up and a lot of down, so we're going to talk about that. After much deliberation, the Solo Leveling Arise team was able to bring a variety of updates and news throughout the year. Looking back, it hasn't always been an easy journey. Bang on. There were days when unexpected issues weighed heavily on us, but each moment strengthened our determination to provide better service. And above all else, we've been able to make Solo Leveling Arise even better, thanks to hunters passionately playing the game and sharing their feedback. We'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank all hunters who brought Solo Leveling Arise to life and helped complete this world with us through 2025. And as we begin 2026, we'll not stop striving to make the year even more enjoyable with diverse changes and exciting news. So here's what they're giving us, guys. They're giving us a brand new, what looks like little avatars of Christopher Reed and Laura, and you guys can use these avatars as profile pics right away. So these will be available to you guys right away. Enjoy Laura Walker, Christopher Reed in our everyday life on Messenger and social media profiles. We're sharing the SD versions of these characters right now, so you guys can log in and do that. And on top of that, the National Level 100 debut 10,000 Essence Stone event is in progress, where you can receive 500 Essence Stones daily for up to 10,000. If you haven't logged in yet, make sure you check in the game before 1/6 to receive the free Essence Stone. So make sure you guys do log in, and remember, these are in fact temporary, and I want to make sure everybody understands that these will be going away. So if you don't use them, they're gone, okay? And you can see here it says the event Essence Stones acquired through this event can only be used between 1/14 Wednesday and will expire afterwards. Keynote. I made a video on this. I'm surprised a lot of people didn't see it or watch it, but there it is right there. I wanted to make sure we talk about that. Now, to close out 2025, let's talk a little bit about two different things. Number one, there's a mission here. I have to talk about the loyalty event, which we talked about, talk about the rewards, etc. We've talked about all this, but I'm going to touch base on it just so we can get these codes out of the way, and then I'm going to give my thoughts on 2025 and how we ended and where we're at. Now, first off, let's go to the event section. These are things you absolutely want to finish today, guys, if you haven't done so already. 6 hours and 57 seconds left. The holiday and unexpected guest missions need to be complete to get yourself a free costume. I've already got these, so I don't really care about them too much, but for those who don't have them, make sure you complete this. I'm going to finish it today just to get it done, and then once you've completed that, make sure you also go into the boss challenge, because this also expires very soon, to get yourself the last few rewards that are available. If you have keys, this is the perfect time to use them. Remember, you get more points with Laura, Thomas, and Reed, and with their weapons as well too. So very, very simple thing to do. If you don't have Laura, don't worry about it. I don't have Laura. I've been using Reed and Thomas to get more points. And for those who haven't done so, you got to make sure you finish up the hard pounding tank tower in order to get the very, very coveted loyalty event points. These are super, super important, and these are the main things that this anniversary or this holiday season has given us. And the draw points are right here, guys. You guys can see them. For example, I got that one right there. This will allow you guys to get up to 4 SSR hunters for free and 8 weapons for free as well too. So make sure you are doing this. If you've missed out a little bit, it's okay. I believe we're gonna get another event coming up right now to kind of cover the rest of this, because a lot of people are asking, hey Payne, how do we get the rest of the points? Well, this is 14 days, guys. This is 6 hours. So obviously there'll be another event coming in order for us to take advantage of it. So make sure you do definitely complete this one today before all the keys are gone. Just a quick little note here. If you do fight the boss on the holiday missions, there is one that gives you 1,500 points, so make sure you are doing that right over here. This is the one you actually want to reach more than anything else. The rest are nice to have, but honestly, that last one is the most important one. So that 1,500 loyalty points, guys, is super important. Try to get those and get that out of the way. All right, now, another couple of things here. Don't forget, Christopher Reed's growth is going on. If you are planning to summon for him, this is an easy way to get yourself some free stuff as well, too. And then, of course, the new costume release. That's pretty much the big things that are going down. The 10,000 Essence Stones plus these events. The loyalty events are massive, so do not miss that, guys. This is a big, big game changer for a lot of you. And don't forget, they've also reduced the draw from 4 to 3. Now, let's talk a little bit about the year. The good, the bad, the ugly, where they can change things, and I'm hoping where they adjust accordingly. Now, the first thing I want to talk about are gates. Holy geez, man. I think we're gotten to the point where gates have just become very cumbersome and nobody really wants to do them anymore. I know that pay-to-win players have the benefit of sweeping the higher-end gates for free. I think that needs to become something that we all should be able to do, and there should be a bonus for the pay-to-win players, which they already have, and that is instant mining. So I think pay-to-win players already have instant mining. I think that should be the pay-to-win option. I think any free-to-play players at this point, especially if you've been playing them for X amount of time, we should be able to now at least go in here and at the very least not do S's, but at least be able to skip some A's. S's should be kept for pay-to-win players because they do give a little bit more essence stones, right? It's an easy thing to do. But for free-to-play players, I think at this point, for anyone who's paid their dues doing gates, I think at this point we should actually be allowed to clear A's. So devs, if you're watching this end-of-year content, A's. A gates, free-to-play players, at this point, I think we are at the cusp of you guys should be allowing us to skip this. It's getting kind of crazy to have to do these every so time, especially when we're able to buy the 15 extra tickets or gate keys. To have to do that every single damn day, guys, to get A's and S's manually, even if it's on auto, it's still a really bad experience, and gates are not fun. Nobody enjoys farming gates. Nobody wants to do gates, and this is a great way to introduce another quality of life feature that will make a lot of players happy. So I think free-to-play players, and for those who can't afford it, for those who just want to stay free to play because life doesn't allow them to spend, I think having the ability to do A's to save time is a big deal. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Also, don't forget to subscribe and put those notifications on. Also, this upcoming year, I'm going to try to do more live streams, guys. I did really well in the beginning of the year. There are a lot of donations, a lot of live streams, we did a lot of events, a lot of giveaways. Unfortunately, end of the year, things got super crazy for me. Life got hectic. My kids are growing up. It's becoming a lot more difficult to find the time and effort to put into live streams versus what it was before where my work was a little quieter. So hopefully in 2026 we can change that back around, do more gaming, plus do more solo leveling and some more Pokemon stuff. And don't forget, I do have a rip and ship, which is doing really, really well. So come join us. The prices are amazing for anyone who wants to join, and it's in Canadian and I ship worldwide. So anyone who's interested in Pokemon or One Piece, as a matter of fact, we're doing both now. Come join that as well too. All right, so there's that right there. Please update that. Now, another thing that I hope solo leveling does better next year is their collabs. The two collabs we had, first one was a bust with the idol. All of the characters were fantastic, and I think the giveaways were really, really generous by giving us all these free units. I think the collabs need to work on a few different things. The main thing I think the collabs need to work on is not necessarily the units themselves, but the fact that their acquisition after the fact is impossible, right? Next to impossible. I don't say impossible because there is a way to do it, but you guys already watched my videos, you'll know how. But it's next to impossible for a lot of people, especially for newer players coming in. So this needs to be something they need to definitely address. And secondly, they need to absolutely remove the meta of being a collab unit. That needs to stop. It needs to either be tied with a unit that's a meta, or it can be a little bit below, but never should a collab unit be the meta, right? And we've seen it numerous times where a breaker like Yuki is the meta for fire, Fern is the fire for DPS, Freerin is the main, the best buffer in the game now. Like all of this stuff that they're doing, I understand why they're doing it. It's to sell and to make business, but in no world, in no game should a collab unit that's never going to return, or at least won't return for a very long time, or is not acquirable through normal means after the fact, should they ever be meta, because that puts a big gap between new players, and especially when you're attracting new players to your business, that needs to stop. So that's a really, really big problem, and I hope they address that one in the near future and they fix it. Another big thing as well too is equalizing elements. I think equalizing elements is a big deal. They've really, really shown a lot of love to wind, a lot of love to fire, but honestly the other elements have always been on the back burner. So this is something I believe they need to put a little bit more effort into, and that is making sure that the rest of the elements can also be loved, nurtured, and used throughout the game. And I think that's something that a lot of us are looking forward to with Igris releasing, and this is why Igris is such a big deal in comparison to Reed, I believe, is because Igris brings us something new to us that we haven't able to have. Not only the unit themselves, obviously being a what if unit, but also the fact that Dark has not had any love since day one. Realistically, since day one, the release of Harper and Charlotte and Isla was a bust as well too. So there's a couple different things that they've done not really well, and I'm hoping they can adjust that and fix that themselves over time as well, right? That's another big one. So let me know what you guys think about that as well too. Those are really my biggest pet peeves, guys. Another thing I really would like to see is some of these weekly things like POD and stuff become monthly. I think accumulate all the rewards, make it monthly, and let us farm the stuff on a monthly basis rather than a weekly basis. I think a lot of us are kind of tired of farming the same thing over and over again. So to make things a little bit easier for everybody, I personally believe that they should definitely remove the mandatory need of having to farm these things on a weekly basis. They should definitely turn some of these into monthly and make it a lot easier for the community to be able to relax a little bit, because one of the biggest complaints you hear from everybody is, number one, the game is boring, number two, the game is too grindy, right? As free to play friendly as this game is, and we all know it is, it does take a toll, especially on someone like who's a father, who has careers, who doesn't have time, who's studying as students. There's just not a lot of time to do a lot of this stuff, and leave it, make it more friendly in that regard. So I think there's a lot of things that could definitely change for the better, and I think there's a lot of things that they do really, really well. So let's give them credit where credit's due. The dev team has been very, very good in regards to communicating. The release of characters have been awesome. I think a lot of characters who have been released are amazing, and a lot of people love them. And I think the game overall, as a free-to-play friendly game, has maintained that, at least for veterans. I don't know how newer players feel about it, but veterans have had a lot of luck with free-to-play, and honestly, they've been very generous with all of their giveaways and stuff for us to have as a community. So keep up with that work. I think that part's fantastic. And overall, I think the game modes themselves are pretty decent. So, I mean, I can't complain about the game modes, but there is definitely some room for improvement for newer game modes. And honestly, whenever they find there's a problem, they're always very, very reactive to fixing problems. So that's a great thing as well, too. These are all very, very good things for a dev to have, guys. I've seen devs who don't do shit all for their community, and these devs definitely deserve a little bit of love. I know there's some of us like to shit on them, but honestly, at the end of the day, you have to admit, this dev team knows what they're doing in regards to listening to the community and just making sure that we get what we need in order to enjoy the game to the fullest potential. All right, guys, that's pretty much everything for 2026. I think everything else, or sorry, 2025, I think everything else was done fairly decently. I can't complain about the game too much because I love the game still. It's still my favorite game on the channel, and it's one that I will continue covering until it goes to end of service, right? And also don't forget to support, guys. If you have not done any support yet or have not supported anybody and you want to support a content creator, support your boy. I'll always be sending out codes, and we always make sure that the community, gets everything they need. Also, if you are looking for a guild and you don't have one, or are a new player and looking for one, or an existing player who needs a top end guild, go join our Discord, guys. We do have a lot of guilds that are part of our Discord, and our leaders are always looking for new members to join the squad and the community. So make sure, guys, you come join us on the Discord and be part of that community as well too. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy 2026, guys. If I don't talk to you soon, take care.